It's great to be here with you, and it's my great pleasure to launch 2 new products with you today. So what I'm going to do now, just in the first few minutes, is just to explain to you actually why you need to take these products. For any of you who have been to any of my trainings, you'll know that that's a really important part of the process. It's all very well knowing what the products do or what you're taking them for, but you need to know actually why you need to take them. Our bodies have got to adapt to the 21st century. Diseases are now those of body systems gone haywire, of an inability to adapt. And because our bodies can't adapt to the environment and everything that's going on with infections, obviously we have cancer, we have diabetes, we have allergies, we have asthma, we have endometriosis. All of these things are our body's inability to be able to adapt. It's as if many modern diseases reflect the loss of control experienced in these rapidly changing times. We know that 40% of cancers can be avoided if we just make some changes to our lifestyle. Obviously, smoking, our diet, and our weight are 3 of the key lifestyle changes we can make. There was a very poignant quote the other day by a group of doctors and nutritionists, and they actually said that disease does not happen by accident. And I found this such a powerful statement. Research also shows that if our children continue with their present diet and lifestyle, that by the age of 30, 80% will be diabetic. Some may have lost their sight due to the fact that 80% of our children's diet now is mainly sugar. So we need to have a look at actually what is health? What is it? You know, we all talk about being healthy, but you know, some people you say, how do you feel? Oh, I'm okay. So health is the actually ability to adapt to environment and maintain optimal function. That's what actually the definition of health is. If you have vertical illness, this is to adapt partially to your environment with a partial loss of function. If you have horizontal illness, it's the inability to adapt with significant loss of function. So how healthy are you? By the time you are in pain, have inflammation, headaches, allergies, exhaustion, or frequent infections, you will have been living way beyond your adaptive capacity in a state of red alert for quite some time. The final straw that triggers symptoms is not actually the cause of the disease itself, but just the last piece in a complex set of circumstances that leads to disease. So we have to start taking responsibility for how we're feeling. There are many reasons why our body may not reach optimal level of nutrients. These can include lots of different things: storage time, depleted soils, exposure to anti-nutrients, illness. All of these things will affect the nutritional health of our body. We have so many things that are anti-nutrients. I'm sure you all know that, and for those of you who've been to my trainings before, and this is in the press and in magazines all the time, that if you smoke 1 cigarette, it destroys 25 milligrams of vitamin C. If you drink coffee directly after a meal, this stops or depletes the body of iron. If you drink tea directly after a meal, this will deplete the body of zinc. Even though stress is not a substance, it also depletes the body of vital nutrients, mainly the B group of vitamins. They took an orange from a tree and they actually measured the vitamin C content. When they took it from the tree, that orange had 180 milligrams of vitamin C. They then packed it, sent it across the water. It was tested again when it got to the supermarket. That same orange then had 80 milligrams of vitamin C. Some of the oranges that were tested before and after didn't have any vitamin C by the time they got to the supermarket. So we're dealing with so many difficult issues, and a lot of them are totally out of our control. To get our correct amount of vitamin A every day, we have to have 10 organic carrots. Can I have a show of hands for those of you who have 10 organic carrots every day? I hope you've got one in your bag now. There was a cancer research paper that came out that stated that due to all of the environmental issues, all of the thousands and thousands of chemicals that are released into the environment by industry every day, the Cancer Research Society said for us to get the correct amount of vitamin C that we would need to fight this, for our bodies to be able to cope with this, we would have to be eating 22 green peppers every day. I mean, it's a bit of a joke, really, isn't it? So this is where we need to actually top up with supplementation. And I'm not standing here today saying we don't want to eat properly, because obviously we do. We want to eat as well as we possibly can. But the truth is, it's very difficult for us to get the correct amount of nutrition to actually cope with the environmental issues. Now, this is a quote from Maureen Houston, who's a nutritionist at the homeopathic clinic in Oxford. And she said, today it's impossible to get every vitamin you need from food, as our soil has become so depleted and the storage methods of various food products drain their nutritional content. We also have the Western world, like Patrick Holford always says, which I think is a fantastic quote. A well-balanced diet provides all the vitamins you need is the greatest lie in nutrition today. And how many of us probably in our early stages with Forever have had somebody say to them, oh, I have a very well-balanced diet. Has anybody had that said to them? And at the time, I think in your early days, you can be a bit like, oh, okay, then you don't quite know what to say. What I say now to people, I said, oh gosh, that's amazing. I said, it must be really difficult eating 22 green peppers every day. I'm not invited to many dinner parties. I think it seems to upset a lot of people. So we have 2 new products. One for men, one for women. And again, this is like, this is just the epitome of what would be perfect, wouldn't it, in a perfect world. Not smoking, a healthy diet, moderate alcohol intake, keeping physically and mentally active, and making enough time for relaxation are vital for a long, healthy life. And you're probably thinking after reading this paragraph, yes, in a perfect world. Wouldn't that be lovely? Now, I don't know whether any of you are aware that men and women are very different. Hence the books, Men Are From Mars, Women From Venus. I did see a plaque the other day, which I thought was very funny. It said, Men Are From Mars, Women From Visa. I thought that was quite nice. There was another book by Alan Pease, Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Maps. Has anybody read that one? That's quite a funny one. Research also shows that men don't have as good a memory as women. Are any of you women in the room shocked by that one? Because why are all the blonde jokes one-liners? So men can remember them. But seriously, we are very different. We need different nutritional support, and this is why we have 2 amazing products now. For people who you may have people in your team, a man or a woman, and they say, oh, I really only want to take one product. It's the one supplement that you can recommend to me. And I personally feel that there is lots of goodness in these 2 products, and as long as they're taking them alongside the gel, and the gel obviously increases the bioavailability of these particular nutrients in the product, then again, if you were trying to help people only take one product, then these are great, great products. So the VITOLIZE for Women is a woman's vitality supplement. It's a natural blend of herbs, vitamins and minerals designed specifically with women's needs in mind. So what they've actually done, we've combined some very powerful herbs. You've also got some of the essential minerals and also some of the essential nutrients. So there's quite a lot of information on the slide there, but I'm just going to pull out sort of bullet points to make sure that I can cover the two products for you. The cranberry is particularly good. Lots of ladies get infections, and obviously it's very good for cystitis, urinary tract infections. The cranberry, because of its vitamin C content, is also a very natural antihistamine. And the passion flower and the actual apple powder are very good at calming. They have a real calming effect on the body. The passion flower particularly is a very good anti-stress herbal remedy. So we're looking at trying to make our lives calmer and less stressful by putting in the right combination of nutrients to help us with this. Then we have the minerals, absolutely essential. The minerals are the vitamins' helpers. If you don't have enough minerals in your body, then your vitamins will not be absorbed into the system. So you also always have to have this combination to keep the balance correct. Iron, we know the importance of having iron. If you have a lack of iron, it results in fatigue, poor work performance, decreased immunity. Your immune system becomes very low. Magnesium, it helps the calcium get into our bones and converts vitamin D to its most active form in the body. And magnesium is also very good for ladies with PMS, who get lots of problems around the period time. Calcium, gosh, there's so many benefits. It helps to regulate heartbeat, muscle and nerve function, blood clotting, osteoporosis. And vitamin D helps the body to absorb the calcium. So you can see how magnesium and calcium work together as a team within this particular product. Another product that we have which has got a very good source of vitamin D is ImmuBlend. So for those of you who are very new and you may not know that, ImmuBlend has a very good source of vitamin D as well. Where you have problems with calcium being imbalanced is if you know of somebody who's drinking a lot of drink, or children specifically, that contains a lot of phosphorus. Phosphorus is the first listed ingredient in Coca-Cola, phosphoric acid. And phosphorus and calcium work as a team within the bones, but they have to be on a perfect weighing scales. When somebody's drinking a lot of phosphorus, it's in Coca-Cola, it's in lots of fizzy drinks. You can look on the back of the container when you open it. The phosphorus creates an imbalance in the bones and actually pushes the calcium out of the bones. And I get so many emails on this subject, and when I actually say to them, what does your child drink? It's actually frightening, the amount of drinks or cans of Coca-Cola that people will have on a day. And this is just obviously one of the detriments from drinking that particular drink. And last but not least, we have the vitamins. We have vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is water soluble, so we need to be taking vitamin C on a day-to-day basis. It only stays in your system for about 4 to 6 hours. 80% of our aging of our skin is caused by something called free radical damage, and antioxidants help as a scavenging system, if you like, to attach themselves to this unstable molecule to obviously stop it having so much damaging effect on the skin. So when you think about 80% of your aging is caused through free radical damage, you can certainly see the importance of having a daily intake of vitamin C. Vitamin E, that's fat soluble, but it also helps to protect from free radical damage. It's particularly important to help ladies through menopause. So with all of the menopausal problems you have, this will also be an essential product. B6 is needed for the nervous system, and B6 is also water soluble. So it's only going to be in your system for 4 to 6 hours. And if you're going through a lot of stress, then obviously you're depleting your B vitamins and you need to be putting them back into your body on a regular basis. B12 is needed for lots of different things. It helps the body with so many different functions. It protects the body against toxins and allergens. For people who get constant headaches, rhinitis, congestion and bronchial spasms, B12 is absolutely essential. According to the British Dietetic Association, these particular group of vitamins and minerals are essential to health, especially for women. So, like Bob was saying about the quality of our product, you know, a lot of thought has gone into not only the quality of the ingredients, but also the combination of nutrients we've put together in this product. So we have our VITOLIZE for men. It helps with many different areas. It helps with, obviously, vitality. It helps with energy. It helps to support many of the systems. It's a very good, strong protector of the prostate gland, and you'll see by the actual minerals that are in this product how protective it is. You know, your health hinges on taking in the right molecules, digesting them, absorbing them, and these particular ingredients in the men's health will really help to support all of those different functions. So we have the olive oil, which is a rich source of omega-9 fatty acids, oleic acid. It helps to regulate cholesterol and enhances the cardiovascular activities. The pumpkin seed oil, which is very rich in vitamin E, and this also helps to support a healthy prostate. Pomegranate. So many different research papers now on the benefits of pomegranate. It's got something called the highest oxygen radical absorbance capacity. I know, a bit of a mouthful. ORAC for short, okay. But what this actually means is it is one of the strongest antioxidants, which means that it has a great power in mopping up those free radicals to prevent them from causing so much damage to the body. And 60 diseases to date have been associated with free radical activity. So the importance of having, strong antioxidants is actually, second to none. US researchers at the University of Wisconsin actually stated, by having pomegranate, a man of 65 to 70 years old with prostate cancer could complete his lifespan without having to undergo harsh medical treatments. So this is the power of having this particular product on a day-to-day basis. You have vitamin E, obviously powerful antioxidant forming part of the body's defence system. The C and E work together very, very strongly at helping to support against the free radical damage. Vitamin D for the immune system, healthy nervous system, B6 for the nervous system. So again, you've got this great combination of antioxidants. You've got one for the nerves, you've got vitamin C for the skin, so everything to keep the body very, very strong. The minerals are a very important part of the men's product. You have selenium. Now, they used to put selenium back into the soil when the farmers were putting it in, so we were getting it more into our vegetables, but they don't do that anymore because they can't afford to. So selenium is becoming one of those mineral antioxidants that all of us are actually becoming deficient in. They're saying now that with breast cancer and colon cancer, when they do tests on their body, they are finding that the lowest level in people with these particular cancers is because they are absolutely have no selenium in their system. And they are actually linking this now in certain researches. So selenium is such an important mineral antioxidant for us to take, and it protects the prostate. Zinc is actually responsible for hundreds of different actions within the body, and zinc is the most common mineral after iron. The zinc helps to support fertility and immunity, helps to regulate mood and reducing impact of aging. So if you've got a moody man, ladies, this is the product for you, okay? So the lycopene and the selenium work as a bit of a double act, again in helping to protect the prostate. It is estimated that 50% of men over 50 and 70% of men over 70 will develop some kind of prostate problem. Recent studies have shown that prostate cancer is the leading cause of cancer death among non-smoking men. So nutritional support for the prostate is absolutely, it'd be absolutely silly. That's a nice word, wasn't it? Absolutely silly if you didn't take it, men, okay? So I'm just going to share that with you. This is my final slide now, and I think this is a really, really powerful quote. I think we have enough data in hand for physicians to begin suggesting that patients take supplements, or at least not discourage them from it. No one seems to mind prescribing endless drugs, so why not an inexpensive and safe nutrient? Evidence suggests that taking vitamin supplements does not harm and has enormous potential for controlling many crippling and chronic diseases. It's been a short and sweet time I've had with you this morning, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I will be on the advisory board stand at lunchtime for those of you who have any questions. Like I've said before, I will be doing a training which will include the VITOLIZE in a training I'm doing on July the 13th in Wales. Peter and I are doing a double act, aren't we, Peter? Peter Atherton and myself. And then the next supplement day at Warwick that I will also be incorporating some extra training on the VITOLIZE will be on July the 16th. That's at Warwick. Now, the products are on sale today, so I suggest you get out there and get some. I'd just like to say thank you for being a lovely audience, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you very much indeed.